I'm Joy Morris, inviting you to listen to true stories of the Wild West, hosted by C.R.King, a production of RK Enterprises.
Hello everyone, C.R.King here. Today, with me is Micheal Williams, the Assistant Curator to the Oklahoma Territorial Museum. We are going to talk about The Last Deputy, a book that I wrote that has received quite a lot of attention from Hollywood. So sit back and relax. Here we go. I told you that I have potentially a TV show coming up, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So the producer got a hold of me 2 weeks ago and said, I want you to do a podcast. And there's this idea for me to do a podcast.
Yeah.
To promote the show ahead of time, and I can't just talk about the show or the potential show.
Yeah.
I have to talk about history in general.
Right.
Now he wants me to get together with our showrunner.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a fantastic writer. Anyway, and do a podcast.
Yeah.
I go, fine. Now, about what?
Yeah. Well, what's the show going to be about? Just quick little synopsis.
Well, it's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a year to research it, a year to write it, and it's about a man, Arthur Moore King.
Mm-hmm.
No relation. That's why I got into it, because I found his name and I said, well, I wonder if he's related. He isn't.
Oh, that's cool.
Who left his farm at a young age, and he went to Oklahoma Territory, and he couldn't get work, so he started selling whiskey to the Indians.
Ah, well, yeah.
And they caught up with him. They came after him. He was in town, and one of these guys had a board across selling whiskey, shots of whiskey. He said, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
Now. And it was Grimes, a guy by the name of Grimes. And not the Grimes, that was the Territorial, the head of the U.S.
Oh, not
Marshals.
the U.S. Marshal.
It was
Grimes.
just a deputy marshal.
Yeah.
So there was a big chase. I mean, he got to a train that was just getting ready to take off.
Mm-hmm.
He hopped aboard. He was a hobo now. And he winds up in Los Angeles, in and out of jail. They like him. They hire him as a policeman.
Mm-hmm.
His beat is the most dangerous part of all of old Los Angeles. And he gets in a little trouble there.
Yeah.
But the mayor of LA was absolutely crooked.
Yeah.
They were getting protection money from the saloons, the prostitutes, and gambling homes. And they took a liking to him for various reasons. And he became their bag man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So he would deliver the money. I keep picturing a paper bag, but I don't think they had paper, but in some type of a bag.
Yeah. Like a carpet bag, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
To somebody at a certain time at the steps of City Hall.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily the same guy. Hand it over and leave.
Yeah.
Well, he had job security. But in 1909, the Herald paper went to the mayor, Cyrus Arthur, and said, they laid out all of the stuff they had on him. They said, you resign or we publish.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Within the hour, he resigned.
Yeah.
And when he resigned, he got rid of the city DA, the chief of police, his second in command, and my guy, Arthur Moore, who was just a little...
He was just a guy doing a job. Yeah.
Doing a job.
Yeah.
All fired.
Yeah.
And they had re-elections, and they were going to change the city, make the LAPD to be, above board.
Yeah.
As well as City Hall. But they had a problem.
Yeah.
And the problem was all these guys, quote, were escaping from the jail system. I think they were paying off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and it sounds like well, what's his name, Raymond Chandler, something like that, or Chinatown even.
Well, the big beat I told you about, that was Chinatown.
Yeah. But I mean, it sounds like the movie Chinatown.
Right. No, I understand
that LA corruption.
But this is in 1900.
Yeah.
1909 is when they got rid of everybody.
Yeah.
So
but the story just kind of never changes, does it?
No.
It just keeps coming back and back and back. Every time something like this happens, they'll catch the people that are corrupt. They'll get rid of them, and then 20 years later, there's somebody exactly
They're
like
back.
them. Yeah, they're back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so they called him in 3 months after he was fired, roughly. He became a private policeman, private eye.
Right.
Tried to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They called him back. The Captain Flammers, of the head of chief of detectives, said, "We want to hire you, but not as a policeman, as a bounty hunter."
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
And this is what your show's about.
This is what it's about.
Okay.
They said he was told that there's 2 things that had to happen. It had to be very quiet, sub rosa, which is undercover, and he had to bring back these guys alive.
Ooh, okay.
Third thing is he was supposed to work with another man.
Yeah.
Who has more experience in tracking people and a lot of experience. That man, my guy was 25 years old. This guy is 60. His name is Wyatt Earp.
Ooh, Wyatt Earp. Wow.
That actually happened.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So they go off.
Yeah. Now, you wrote a book about this.
Yes, I wrote the book, I called it The Last Deputy.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, Arthur King was Wyatt Earp's last deputy.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't wear badges, but they were working.
Yeah. He was kind of the Robin to Wyatt Earp's Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they go off and they capture the first guy. His name was Pearson. He was a rapist and a murderer. They brought him back alive. It was kind of funny because when they brought him back, Wyatt got off his horse, walked across the border. There is no, just a sign, right?
Right.
And Arthur took off Pearson off his horse, pushed him across the border. Wyatt pulled out his gun, backhanded him, buffaloed him.
Yeah.
Pulled out the warrant. You're under arrest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They didn't arrest him in American territory. They arrested him right across the border.
So they arrested him in Mexico?
They grabbed him in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
He was asleep and they found him. And
so they were tracking people into Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
And then bringing them back to the United States.
And not only Mexico, but Texas, Arizona.
Yeah, wherever they needed to go.
Wherever they had to go. And they were making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you the whole story in a nutshell.
I know, yeah. You're getting...
So what happens is, at one time, Wyatt Earp was a bodyguard for the Hearst family. Okay, everyone, you just heard a part of my conversation with Micheal Williams, Assistant Curator of the Oklahoma Territorial Museum. We spoke about my book, The Last Deputy. If you're interested, go to Barnes & Noble or Amazon. If you want a paperback, go to my website, historical books and others.com. From there, you can send me an email, and they're $20 a piece, and I'll hand sign them for you. So until next time, we're not done, Micheal and I. There's more to come. Take care. Be safe. Thank you.
True stories of the Old West.